16 plus 16 is less than 24. Sounds completely wrong, right? Like it breaks the laws of mathematics? Well, it doesn't. But it is a mathematical scam that you're probably falling for every single Friday night. Let's get into it. It's Friday night, you're starving, and you open your favorite pizza app. Suddenly, there it is, a double deal. You can get two 16-inch pizzas for $30. Or you can get one 24-inch mega pizza for the exact same $30. It's a no-brainer, right? I mean, 16 plus 16 is 32, and 32 is way bigger than 24. You think you're getting 8 extra inches of pizza for the same price? You click order, feeling like you just hacked the system. A total genius, a frugal king. But here's the cold, hard, greasy truth. You didn't win. You just got legally robbed. In fact, you just paid full price for less food. That extra free pizza, it doesn't even exist. You actually just handed back a massive chunk of dough and pepperoni to the restaurant, and you thanked them for the privilege. How is that even possible? How can 32 inches of pizza be smaller than 24? Well, it turns out your brain has been lying to you about math since the 3rd grade. Let's look at the pizza logic we all use. When we see two 16-inch pizzas on a table next to one 24-inch, our eyes tell us a story. We see two big boxes versus one, two separate circles of cheesy goodness. It feels substantial. It fills up more of the table. Most people, and I mean like 90% of people, would pick the two pizzas every single time. We're hardwired to think that more items equals more stuff. If I give you 2 gold coins, or one slightly larger gold coin, you're probably grabbing the 2 coins. It's instinct. But pizza isn't measured in units. It's measured in area. And the way circles work, well, it's a bit of a mind trip. Here is why your brain is failing you. Linear thinking. Since we were kids, we've been taught that addition is the ultimate truth. 1 plus 1 equals 2. 16 plus 16 equals 32. It's simple, it's clean, and it works for almost everything in life. If you have 2 16-ounce steaks, you have 32 ounces of meat. If you run 16 miles today and 16 tomorrow, you've run 32 miles. So, when the pizza guy says 16-inch, we just see a number. We think of it as a line. A 16-inch line plus another 16-inch line equals a 32-inch line. And since 32 is clearly a bigger number than 24, we feel confident. We feel like we're taking up more space on the dining table. And we are. 2 boxes do take up more space. But are you eating the boxes? No, you're eating what's inside. And that's where the pizza paradox starts to hurt. Now, if our intuition was right, then 2 16-inch pizzas should have about 30% more food than a single 24-inch. That would be a massive win. But here's the contradiction that's going to ruin your next dinner party. Even though 32 is bigger than 24, the actual amount of food in those 2 pizzas is nearly 10% less than the single 24-inch. Wait, let that sink in. You have more diameter, more boxes, and more pizzas, but you have significantly less actual pizza to eat. If you bought the deal thinking you were being smart, you actually just threw away about 50 square inches of cheesy, saucy real estate. That's not just a tiny crumb. That's the size of an entire small personal pizza. You literally paid to have a whole extra pizza removed from your order. Why? Because circles don't play by your rules. This all comes down to one of the most powerful things in the universe, the exponent. In geometry, the area of a circle isn't calculated by the diameter. It's calculated by the radius squared. Area equals pi times r squared. Now, don't click away. This isn't a math lecture. Think of it like this. When you make a circle wider, you aren't just stretching it out in a straight line. You're stretching it out in every direction at the same time. When you increase the size of a pizza, the area doesn't grow a little bit. It explodes. Because that radius is squared, every extra inch you add to the width adds way more food than the inch before it. If you double the width of a pizza, you don't get twice as much pizza. You get 4 times as much. That's the magic of the square. The bigger the circle gets, the more efficient it becomes at holding food. Let's do the back of the napkin math so you can see the robbery in action. The 16-inch pizza has a radius of 8. 8 times 8 is 64. Multiply that by pi, and you get roughly 201 square inches. Since you have 2 of them, you've got about 402 square inches total. Now, look at the smaller 24-inch pizza. The radius is 12. 12 times 12 is 144. Multiply that by pi, and you get 452 square inches. The single 24-inch pizza crushes the 2-pack by 50 square inches. To put that into perspective, a standard small pizza is about 50 square inches. So, by choosing the 216-inch deal, you are literally telling the pizza shop, hey, keep one of the small pizzas for yourself, I'll pay the same price anyway. They must love you. And here's the final blow. You're not just losing food real estate, you're paying for more filler. Those 2 smaller pizzas have roughly 100 inches of crust, while the one big pizza only has 75. That means you're essentially paying for 25 extra inches of dry bread, instead of the cheese and toppings you actually wanted. It's a total double whammy. If you've ever suspected that a supersized deal was actually a math trick in disguise, or if there's another everyday paradox that's been lingering in your mind, drop a comment below. Your curiosity might just be the spark for our next journey. I'm Paradoxly. Thanks for being part of the conversation.